Game 1, time in. 0-0-2. Side out.
CJ aggressive off the start, which I like. Sarah's getting the scoop on Quang's paddle here.
0-0-1.
And here's that slice versus topspin matchup.
Second serve.
Tough net cord. First net cord going to Humberg and Klinger. Quang not able to
0-0-2.
scoop that one.
Point. One, 0-2.
Right on cue, drive
Side
crash
out.
to Humberg, and she's able to fend it off, and Bright sails the next one. So that pattern already being established here.
0-1-1.
It's a great pickup by Humberg. And here comes the slice first topspin. Humberg hitting her own topspin off the forehand. Here comes the slice. Here we go. And there's the patented flick, and I don't see her miss that one in the net a lot.
It's a tricky ball,
It
especially
is.
when you are slicing
0-1-2.
It is.
you know, quite regularly. And you know what kind of reminds me of is an early Megan Dazon, where there used to be almost slice on every ball.
Right.
Now a much bigger mixture.
Great dinking.
And there's that backhand again. Again, it's great, but it's also not the highest percentage shot. When you've got that little bit of wind or that changes, you know, she flattens her paddle so much when
1-0-1.
she hits that. That is tricky below the net
It
to
is.
be able to consistently get that.
And she makes it more than anyone, but still, obviously, there's times when not
Second
there.
serve.
So. And again, I think you and I have done a CJ Klinger match before. I don't think I've ever seen him miss a shot that he wasn't supposed to make. It's unbelievable.
He's one of the most consistent
He is
players.
so
It's,
consistent.
Point.
Mari's already getting mad about that. That didn't take long. That did not take long. I did a match in Grandstand in Cary, North Carolina, our last PPA tour stop, and Mari and Leah Jansen, I think, lost every
2-0-2.
single net cord. So
Gosh, I wish I
that's
were
picking
watching
up
that.
right now. Yeah.
Side out.
Leah was fine. It was Mari that was
Mari.
real upset about it. So. Hopefully that doesn't happen to her again here. Known Mari for over a decade.
Oh,
Worked
wow.
tennis camps together for 10 years. So.
Such a small world.
Second
right?
serve.
It's, Leah Jansen used to play tennis tournaments at my
can
club
feel
when
Oh,
she
there you
was
go.
in juniors.
There you go. A lot of tennis at pickleball.
0-2-2.
CJ being real aggressive with the serve. He misses that one, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
There he is.
That defense.
That's a
that
great,
back
better
point.
spot there, and it's
Different-
higher, a little higher.
A little bit higher,
Yeah.
and that difference, she's opening the paddle face just a little bit, and that's going to be what's lifting that ball over the net.
Right.
And it's super easy when players kind of flatten the paddle
Side out.
to get that ball into the net.
Yeah. CJ knows he moved through that one and did not, you can see the motion, did not wrap around the ball, and that causes it to sail. And you can't sail a three-quarters drive.
Yep.
That's what you can't do. Anna Bright, quiet as she's been in a while.
I was just
it's
thinking
early.
2-1-1.
it is very early, and this is, you know, for her, she wants it to be routine.
Right.
She doesn't want it to be something that's going to take more of that energy. Especially, I mean, it's been the conversation of what's the women's draw going to be like on Sunday?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
going to be the Annas
True.
Against Rachel and Catherine? Or is it going to be something different?
Right.
2-1-2.
I know what I think everybody probably wants it to be. So,
I
yeah.
agree.
Side out.
And
Got it.
that's
Good flick again there by Humberg. Another one.
1-2-1.
That's, I mean, for women, that's not exactly a shot that we're seeing as much. Men do tend to hit that backhand flick a little bit more. And so, but I like seeing that more. It just unbelievable
Second
miss
serve.
it. CJ lets it go.
Yeah.
And he absolutely had a play on it. I think that's one of the more frustrating things. I'd sometimes rather play an out ball.
1-2-2.
If I know I can definitely finish that point.
Oh, no.
And so
Side
there's,
out.
okay, that's my problem with that
Right,
shot,
right.
is her grip has to move so far over in order to hit that backhand flick. It's almost impossible to go from the backhand to the forehand.
Yeah, and I think with CJ being a lefty, he needs to be the one just sitting on that.
True.
Let Quang take
2-1-1.
that down the line inside out. That's a tough shot.
Yep.
He said you, but that should be CJ's. Just like
serve.
that one was easy.
Yeah.
Obviously that one's CJ's, but the other one too. So
2-1-2.
again, we're at 7
Side
minutes
out.
of play or so, and it's 2-1-2, or it's 1-2-1 now. So.
Yeah.
Doubles much grindier and much slower of a scoring pace than singles, obviously.
Absolutely.
1-2-1. Point.
And right now, I think Humberg getting the best of Quang with the slice to topspin, even if it's not just setting up her flick, right? So
Yep. Exactly.
2-2-1.
We're talking when we have those extreme grips from spin to spin,
it's harder.
it's much more difficult to do that. And you know, I think when we look at the best players, the ones that are, it's that ability to hit slice or topspin
Correct.
and adjust from one to one. It's you can't stay in just a topspin situation.
This is what's so hard about Anna playing, you know, cross court with CJ. I think he's dictating more, and he's kind of taking her firepower and her ability to create out of the mix a little bit.
I agree.
So she's going to have to try to find a way to hit more middle balls to get
3, 2,
herself more
1.
involved, I think.
Yep.
And same with Quang. Because right now she's in theory the best player on the court, right? And not getting a lot of
Not
looks.
playing at all,
Yeah.
basically.
Which is exactly what Klinger and Humberg wants.
Yep.
That's really good for
Second
Quang.
serve.
Yep.
Much
Really good
better.
Offense, high.
Yes.
On top of the net, trying to get that ball down, not
Yes.
staying low.
3-2-2.
Little
Side
high
out.
on that drop.
Yeah.
Sitting up for Quang.
Two, 3-1.
That is risky
Second
business.
serve.
And it worked, but
yeah, I really,
risky.
I'd like to see, you know, because you know,
2,
Quang's
3,
getting a lot
2.
of those balls. Maybe playing behind CJ a little bit more. It's right now it's sitting right into
Point.
like just like that. That's
Right.
where the ball needs to go just a little bit more.
Right.
There's too many opportunities that Klinger's getting with that forehand space.
3-3-2.
Yeah, Humberg knows that's not the spot there. Quang sits backhand already, and that one just went high right to it. He was sitting on it. So
4-3-2.
she's going to have to get that one in the middle or even up right's line and get ready to counter.
Absolutely.
She has,
Side
I
out.
will say, Sarah, she's held her own on these drive crashes.
Absolutely.
Because this easily could be a 3 or 4 point lead in favor of Brighton Duong, but she's really volleyed well in the first volley. So big side out there for those two. Let's see if they can go on their own little mini run here.
3-4-1.
And just like
Point.
that right there, I mean, we know that he's going to try to get to Mari. And
Yeah.
And so, especially taking that in the air,
Let that
below
bounce.
his knees.
Yeah, and let it bounce and crank it
4-4-1.
if you want.
It's
Just-
unnecessary.
Yeah, anything but that.
And again, it comes, we talk about the grip.
Yep.
He doesn't have an option
Yep.
besides that. So let it bounce, let it come up with that type of thing. You're not going to be able to pick it up without popping it up.
And it's funny, you're seeing the three, everybody but Anna Bright doing the same
This is
thing.
why she's
4-4-2.
quiet.
Right, they're doing the same thing though. They're getting a little greedy. And if anyone gets greedy, I want it to be her.
Exactly.
And just everybody else needs to stay kind of steady. That's a ridiculous shot though.
Side
Right
out.
there.
And there's,
That's
now
ridiculous.
that's a low one where he's opening the paddle
Yeah.
face. He's balanced.
Yeah.
He's not reaching for it.
And it's in a position and an angle where CJ doesn't know which side he's going to.
Yep.
He has to play both sides there.
Super tricky. There's that ball.
We lost the ball for a second.
It's
But
always, I think, what happens here. We've got a great facility, but we have, 2 courts back to back, stands on each side.
4-4-1.
Sometimes the balls get a little bit lost.
playing hide and seek on us. And there's the greedy Anna Bright.
Yeah,
that's what we need
needs
to see.
happen. I'm a big fan of Anna Bright.
Yes.
The work ethic, the way she is on
5-4-1.
the court, just
Intensity.
such good intensity, focus.
Great help by CJ.
Yeah, this is what I want to see
Second
in a
serve.
good mixed male, is looking for the forehand.
Yep.
And in that middle space, a lot of guys get stuck kind of
5-4-2.
pinching the middle and hitting up backhands at the body rather than moving just that paddle and trying to get
Side
on
out.
top of the ball a lot quicker.
Right. Anna knows she's got to make that one. She pushed it a little long.
Four, 5-1.
I also like to look at the stack situation here. Same thing with amateurs. Going into stack, they often think they need to do the switch, they need to do the signal. It's harder to do it that way.
Yeah.
It's that's reality.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a lot easier
4,
from a
5,
court
2.
coverage standpoint to
For sure.
do the normal stack. And
Side
2
out.
misses in a row. But Humberg gotta get back into the making balls there.
yeah, just not seeming to get her feet underneath her.
Nope.
5-4-1.
It's a great shot.
Love that lob.
Good spot.
Second serve.
That's something I love about CJ Klinger is look at how he maneuvered his paddle and like barely grabbed it in order to maneuver for that
5-4-2.
shot. It's
Went to a pure J-dub, didn't you?
yes.
Point.
And that is where that power shot coming at Mario Humberg is going to be a little tough.
Yeah, I don't think you think you're ready for the cross-court attack,
Yep.
but of course that is his bread and butter.
Yep,
He's going right to that hip.
absolutely. It's
6-4-2.
you're square to the net like that, and the ball is coming cross court.
It's hard.
Paddle's in the wrong direction, essentially. So
Correct.
You got to open it up a little bit towards that space so you can create that counter.
It's funny, again,
Side out.
Humberg getting the best of Duong at the
Timeout,
kitchen,
server,
and he's getting the best of
4-6-1.
Humberg everywhere else for the most part right now.
Absolutely, but. Now that is what I want to see more, though, is getting Klinger off the middle
Yep.
a little bit and opening up that opportunity.
Yeah.
5-6-1.
And
Second
again, just
serve.
that little block volley, hard to time.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's a little
5-6-2.
unnecessary, a little rushed.
I agree.
Side out.
That's the hard part about having such an extreme slice, is if it gets a little deep on you and maybe skids, you don't have that paddle
6-5-1.
face open ready to
Exactly.
handle it.
It's that tip of the paddle down
Yes.
that's going to be defense,
Yep.
and in that slice position, it's up, essentially.
Seen that
Second
happen twice
serve.
already to Humberg. Yeah. And again, Anna Bright, I think time to insert
6-5-2.
yourself and
Absolutely.
start kind of taking over. Humberg knows she's got to make that one. It was wide open.
Absolutely.
Very much was there.
7-5-2. Side out. 5-7-1.
And
Second serve.
CJ Klinger read it correctly, but that's the beauty of that bounce attack
Right.
is you can hold it and
5-7-2.
change the tempo just a little bit. And just
Side out.
can't believe he got away with that one.
Yeah.
Now, Humberg made the around the post.
Right.
I honestly thought that one ball might have been a little wide, though, that she made, but tough ball to call.
7-5-1. Second serve.
Unreal hands again.
Just I
Great
mean,
hands.
essentially, Klinger's just being allowed to play way too much offense in that middle.
7-5-2.
Now that's a ball
Side
that
out.
She doesn't miss that one.
she
though.
doesn't
No,
miss that very
almost
often.
ever.
Absolutely not. But she also has an opportunity to hit it
Yep.
that much
Yep.
so far. I don't think that's going to be a ball where she misses again.
That's
But
where
again,
the touches come into play, like you said. She has not touched a lot of balls so far.
she needs that rhythm. But I do like that they started that point playing
Second serve.
behind Klinger just
Right.
a little bit more.
Right.
And then, again, opening up that opportunity.
For sure.
5-7-2. Point.
Just
We're going
right
to challenge
return
here.
again. And
No
You overturn
no
your call?
challenge.
They
Overturn your
are
call?
going to overturn their own call there.
And they're going to challenge their own, which, I mean, from
Hold
here,
on.
from my
Let me
angle,
get
kind of
this
looked
right.
out.
Side out.
Thought it was a
Down.
good call.
Unit.
Anna kind of questioned it.
Referee
That really
timeout.
does
We have
show
a
you
challenge to
something
the
about
in
who
ruling. The
CJ
in
Klinger
ruling
and
was
Mark
Yeah.
Jones, though, that they were willing to change their own call. And then
After video
interesting,
review, the in
is-
ruling is overturned. The ball was out.
it is
One free
overturned.
challenge
It was
remaining.
the correct call
Yeah.
in the first
Like
place.
6-7-2.
So the good thing is they don't lose the challenge.
No.
And so
Good sportsmanship all
that
around.
is the benefit of them taking it on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said,
Time
really
in.
good sportsmanship.
6-7-2.
I think when you look at these players on the court, I mean, I think that's definitely what I see.
Side out.
CJ bombing serve.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but it looks like it's just on the back line almost every time.
it's heavy.
7-6-1.
That's a great spot.
Point.
And again, Anna's been quieter and not hitting as many balls. But she also hasn't missed very many balls.
8-6-1.
I think we could count on one hand how many balls she's missed.
And trying to move
Point.
into a slice to slice.
Yep. And this time he gets her.
Absolutely. Which
9-6-1.
and now we're seeing a little bit more of a spread than we've seen this entire game. Oh, wow.
Point.
Just that ball did not come up at all. Now, I like the adjustment she made. She knew it wasn't working going backhand to backhand with Quang, so shifted a little bit towards the middle.
What on earth
Would
just
love to see a
happened?
replay of that bounce if we've got it.
Because I think it hit the line, but normally it skids, which means it still bounces.
Game
It
point.
just died.
That one just literally went into the ground.
That was
10-6-1.
Goodness.
so. That is now giving a game point to our number 5 seed.
Oh, man. And a great,
Point
he goes
game,
line for the first time all,
11-6.
First
all
time
game.
all day. Thank you for finally doing that. And so, what do you think that Klinger and Humberg need to do differently?
They did the right thing, and they essentially made it a 2v1, and they played the majority to Duong, but it's
Point.
those kind of errors we just saw from Humberg right there. They can't make those anymore. The game plan's fine, but the execution's not
1-0-2.
there.
Absolutely.
So they really need to clean up these easy errors and just make this a longer match. And there's two in a row to start.
Point.
So. And if you're Bright and you're Duong, Quang, try to mix up the Dean Crowley. I want to get Anna a little more involved. But.
Yeah. There's that wind gust
Yeah,
coming
we
in.
can see it heavy now.
Super, super heavy.
And it's going into Duong and Bright.
0-2-1.
So they're facing the wind.
And some
Point.
wind assist.
They were owed that after
They
the
were,
ball
honestly.
did not bounce. I think they earned that one.
1-2-1.
Go.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Serve.
And again, it's Duong and Bright making extra balls and getting a chance to get in, and then
1-2-2.
they're actually doing better at the kitchen now, which is where we're seeing Humberg and Klinger have the most success. So.
Yep.
Side
It's
out.
those kind of errors right there. That's what
Yeah.
I mean, sir. So this can get bad.
And that
quick.
wind is coming against us right now,
Yeah.
which is we're
2-1-1.
against Klinger and
Yeah,
Humberg.
yeah.
Second serve.
That's the spot that was giving Humberg trouble in the last game, and now Quang getting beat by that one.
2-1-2.
After this match, we do start our women's
Okay.
coverage, which is going to be Black and Todd
Side out.
against Schaefer and Delora.
Nice. Anna got involved in that point, and Quang couldn't finish. So
And immediately,
1-2-1.
Quang's looking over to his dad
yeah,
and
his dad hopefully
Same.
saying, "Why didn't you put that away?
saying, mimic
Second
Smash
the-
that ball."
that punch with the backhand, get it down, get it down.
Yeah.
1-2-2.
And CJ all
Point.
over that, waiting for
Yeah.
that backhand flick.
Yeah, and again, I think make that one a dink, Quang, and get it to CJ. Let him get it to Anna, and then let Anna kind of do her thing down the line. So
2-2-2.
she's just not getting to participate outside of playing more of a support role, which is traditional mixed, but not when you're Anna Bright. So.
There's that vocal Anna Bright
Yep.
that we've been talking about.
And that's the thing, she's getting her looks. She's just
Yeah.
overhitting them. She's got to know she's got wind with her, like you said. So hopefully she can dial that one in.
Three, 2-2.
And there's
There
that
it is.
Side
bounce
out.
on
Much
that
better.
fourth that Quang has to be taking.
Much better.
And that is now setting them both up to finish up that point. there's definitely a little bit more momentum
Yep.
on that side of the court right now. And there again,
Lazy, just lazy.
lazy.
But
It's-
also that's her offense, right? So
that's a shot that she will
3-3-1.
make
Yeah.
more often than she'll miss, for sure.
Point.
yeah.
And just we're seeing that confidence on this side of the court just go down
Yeah.
a little
4-3-1.
bit. And that's not something they can afford
No.
with, especially Anna Bright.
I'm not down a game already. Gosh, that is so good.
And
I don't know. That was going in.
I thought that
gonna
was
be
going wide
close.
too.
Yeah.
I just,
But I mean, that's the hard part about an ATP is you almost have to kind of just hit everything. Really hard to leave when it's down the line
5-3-1.
like that. This is the danger zone for Klinger and Humberg down 3-5 here.
and look at
There
those
it is.
balls. Mari's dinks are kind of
Timeout
floating pretty
receivers.
high.
Yeah.
6-3-1.
But Quang is about 2 feet off the line,
Right.
so he's actually not taking advantage of that. Atlanta Pickleball Championships presented by Ensure Max
7-3-1.
Protein. I'm Sarah Ansbury with Eric Roddy, coming to you from the Caravana Grandstand Court.
I'm so glad I have you here to
Point.
do that intro.
I
sir.
know, right? I get it's so long.
Well, we do have 2 great sponsors.
We
so
do.
Gotta,
8-3-1.
gotta shout them out.
We do, with everything that comes in, with all that does to help us as a group. Is we've got to support him back.
Jeez.
Jeez, that's just insane.
Oh my gosh, that's
And
Second
honestly,
serve.
that's the 4th ball she's missed
I
the
was
whole
sure
match.
that was going to go over.
Yeah, me
just
too.
knowing Anna Bright,
Even got a smile on her face.
it's and that's needed. Klinger and Humberg need it
8-3-2.
right now.
This is do or die here.
We're
so.
just seeing way too many of those backhand misses from Humberg right now. And that is 2
Side out.
neck cords that goes the way of Klinger and Humberg. But right now, Bright and Duong can definitely afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Three, 3-8-1.
Quang Duong up here in the crowd with the general public, which is good to see.
Second serve.
Choosing not to watch this one with Dad. Sometimes it's nice to
3-8-2.
get the fan perspective.
I absolutely think so. It's good family out here on the court all the time together. Always has a paddle in his hand,
Point.
too.
And this is where, if the hard part of the match there is closing. So gotta lock in here if you're Duong and Bright and really get a side out and focus and
Absolutely.
finish this thing. Klinger and Humberg capable of going on streaks without missing too. So
4-8-2.
there's 2 in
Point.
a row. Right on cue, 2 in a row from Quang.
Five, 8-2.
It's better.
Side out.
CJ knows he had that one. Knows he had that one, but just long.
5.
So here we go, 8-5. This is it. They need
8
1 or
by
2
1.
here to
Absolutely.
keep putting the pressure on.
Oh, just
Point.
greedy is
Yeah.
the only way I can say that she's
Just go flat there.
completely
Just,
low
yeah.
and just trying to spin that from
Bump
outside.
that thing over.
It's just
9-5-1.
unnecessary. But that is what Bright wants right now, is to just get off that 8. There's that spot,
Second
though.
serve.
Again, so mind you, they're even. So
And Humberg knows it too, and,
Yeah.
and that's going to become part of the end of this. I think they're going
I
to try
would-
to hit that all
9,
every
5,
time.
2.
I'd love to see her do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I remember one of our first tournaments here in Atlanta. We were playing inside on taped courts, and we would aim for that tape as
Point.
often as we possibly could.
And that's what we talked about to start this here. There's the drive and crash,
Yep.
right? And this
Match
team can
point.
win the whole thing doing that.
10-5-2.
Match point number 1 here.
There's that spot. And
Point.
again,
Game match.
Yeah.
11-5.
I just, you know, mind you, Assault, like, first game, a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Second game, or number 5
Yeah,
seed,
they led the whole way and
Really?
just driver's seat the whole time, right?
really ready to go. And
Yeah.
just Humberg again, I think that struggle with that backhand
Yep.
was a big impact